Hello students and parents, welcome to BTech 360. Every year, lakhs of students chase a rank, but very few truly understand what that rank can actually get them. In this series, we go beyond the headlines into branch-wise cutoffs to decode the real story of India's top engineering institutions, the IITs, NITs and IIITs. We break down branch-wise cutoffs across categories and match them with real placement outcomes in those branches, so that you know where you can get in, but also where you can also grow. This is not about chasing brand name. This is about making data-driven, future-ready choices. If you're serious about engineering, this series could change your entire admission strategy. And we'll of course start with the best of all the branches, CSE. Before I move any further, if you're not subscribed to BTech 360, please do it now. Show us your support so that we can continue to do the kind of work that we do in terms of diving deeper into data, research, and also presenting this data to you so that you can take a very informed choice. Please subscribe to BTech 360. We'll start with only NITs to begin with. We are talking of the cutoffs at NITs, all the NITs that you have in the country for CSE branch, right? We're talking of CSE branch, NITs, and we'll talk of category-wise cutoffs, which means we'll do not just open category, but all the other categories also, right? Now, this is what we're dealing with at this point in time. We're talking of JEE Main rank, and we're talking of maximum closing rank and each of these institutions, NITs, for CSE branch. For CSE, remember it's CSE branches, maximum closing ranks, right? For NIT Tiruchirappalli, the open category is 1449. For NIT Karnataka Surathkal, 1827. Warangal is 2409. Roorkela is 3431. MNMIT is 4594. NIT Calicut is 5222. And Jaipur is 5601. I always have this strong hunch that no matter what the rankings are, if I were to be given the power to rank an institution, I'll simply rank based on the closing cutoff, because this is a combined wisdom of all the students who are taking a decision for themselves, where they're putting the money where the mouth is in that sense, right? So when you actually look at this thing, you will be able to broadly talk of the kind of rank that each of these institutions should have, right? So you'll actually see that in a very, very linear way of how the cutoffs at open category level for the best branch can determine the kind of quality of the institution that you have. Now for EWS, it's 257. Again, I'm saying category rank, right? For Karnataka Surathkal is 316, Warangal is 309, Roorkela is 438, Allahabad is 624, Calicut is 662, and Jaipur is 704. By the way, when we are talking of this entire process, we filtered it based on gender, male, and disability not applicable, because we wanted to create a linear chart for the whole thing. If you want greater detail, please go down and click on the link below. We actually have published a comprehensive guidebook also, which has details at an extranumerary level and at every other category also. For OBC NCL, Trichy is 434 closing rank, 577 for Karnataka Surathkal, Warangal is 695, Roorkela is 1214, Allahabad is 1653, Calicut is 1790, and Jaipur is 2102. For SC, it is 283. 364 for Surathkal, Warangal is 447, Roorkela is 409, Allahabad is 1161, Calicut is 829, and 1071 for Jaipur. For ST, it is 64 category rank for ST, for Trichy, 138 for Surathkal, 155 for Warangal, 230 for Roorkela, MNNIT Allahabad is 413, Calicut is 335, and 393 for MNIT. Right. Now, again, I'm repeating, we are talking of outside the home state, closing rank, general category, open category is what I already mentioned, but at a category rank is what we're talking about for the other ones. And remember, this is only for CSE branch. Moving further, VNIT Nagpur, 6,359 for CSE, 7651 for NIT Delhi, 8130 for Surat, 9249 for Bhopal, NIT Durgapur 9836, NIT Jalandhar 11262, Hamirpur 12586, Silchar is 12665. And the same thing also follows here for EWS 779 for VNIT Nagpur, 1095 for Delhi, 1170 for Surat, 1348 for Manit Bhopal, NIT Durgapur is 1335, NIT Jalandhar is 1671, Hamirpur is 1780, NIT Silchar is 1689. Now OBC NCL 2318, 3084 for Delhi, 3087 for Surat, Bhopal 3393, Durgapur 3281, Jalandhar 3876, NIT Hamirpur 4151, Silchar is 4079. For SC category rank 1376 for Nagpur, 1370 for Delhi, Surat 1668, Bhopal 1827, Durgapur 1641, Jalandhar 2146, Hamirpur 2182, Silchar 2063. For ST category 427 rank for NIT Nagpur, Delhi 575, Surat 594, Bhopal 667, Durgapur 584, 884 for Jalandhar, Hamirpur 877 and Silchar 944. Repeat, it is outside the home state, CSE branch, category rank is what we're talking about. Now NIT Raipur for open category 13,559, Goa 13,640, Patna 14996, Andhra 18183, Uttarakhand 18491, Puducherry 19758 and 22013 for Agartala. And you also have the other categories. Please take a screenshot of that if you want to. This is important for you. This will at least tell you what rank you will get into at your category level into any of these institutions for the CSE branch. Moving further, Meghalaya at 24074, Srinagar 26171, 26616 for Sikkim, 36007 for Arunachal Pradesh, 33098 for Manipur, 37751 for Mizoram, and Nagaland is 39594. Right? And you also have the category ranks across the board for this one. Right? So essentially, what you would understand from here is up to 31,394, 594, 39,594 is a closing rank for CSE in the All India quota across all NITs. This is something that you will be very clearly seeing, right? This is what you're dealing with. And you also have the category rank for each of those things, where it can go up to, for EWS it's 5753, for OBC it's 12,001, even at 12,228 also you got one, right? And for Nagaland, for SC it is 5,503, and for ST it is 2269. So that seems to be the highest closing rank across all these NITs at a category level for NIT for CSE branch. You would obviously want to know what's the kind of placement that you will get, assuming you want to do that, right? And this comparison between NIT versus IIIT versus IIT always stands good. So let's also look at the kind of placement that happen for these institutions, right? Now, what we have is data from 12 IITs, 9 NITs we could get data at a branch level, because you always have data at a overall college level, but to get the branch-wise level data, you really need to work hard because it's not publicly available. So what we do is we gather from our sources, file RTIs and all those things. There are multiple RTIs that people are filing. So we get those RTI responses and then try to see and collate the data for you to understand, right? When we looked at that data across the 12 IITs for which we got data, right? There are about 23 IITs, remember, but across the 12 IITs that we have data, 882 was the approved intake for the CSE branch across these 12 IITs, of which 856 students registered for placement, which essentially means that 26 students did not even register for placement, right? Of these 856, 809 students got offers, which is 93.44% placement percentages. Against the intake, it's 90%, so don't worry about that. It's not much of a margin here. And the average salary is 25.79 lakh for IIT's CSE branch. The same thing when we look at NITs, we have about 30 plus NITs. 9 NITs is for which we got data. The approved intake was 1,038 across this 9 NITs only, of which 961 students registered for placement. So about 67-70 students, did not even register for placement. About 77 students did not even register for placement, right? Now, of this 961 who wanted to be placed, 862 were placed, which is a placement percentage of 89.39%. But the average salary is 17.98 lakh or 18 lakh rupees. So the gap between these two is very clear out here, which is about 8.7 lakhs. 8.77 lakhs is the gap that you have, which is about 1/3 if you can put it in perspective, right? And at the IIITs, these IIITs, right, we got data from only 2 institutions. 370 was the approved intake, 336 registered for placement. Only 201, got an offer, and the placement percentage is 60.1%. Now this a bit is, for me, it's very, very low, but so be it. That's the data that we got at this point in time, right? And the average CTC is 13.369 lakh rupees, which also means that it is almost half or 55% of what you get at IIT, and about 20-30% lower than what you get at NITs. Overall, if you look at all these 23 institutions for which we got data, the placement percentage is about 87%, and the average salary is 20.35 lakh rupees. So that is a data that we have at a branch level for the NITs. This is what we're dealing with, about 83% placement, and average salary of about 18 lakhs is what you can expect if you're getting into an NIT. By the way, this again also reflects on the kind of NIT that gave us data. That for that we're going to do a separate story altogether. You can actually look at the kind of videos that we have done for each of the NITs, each of the IITs, and each of the triple IITs. That might give you some kind of an insight. But this is for the 9 NITs that we have data. You're dealing with about 18 lakh kind of an average median salary and about 83% kind of a placement. If you want me to do any other branch, we'll keep doing a few branches, by the way. But if you want me to do any specialized branch that you are looking for, please write to me. And what we will do is we'll try to have our research team work on this and create it for you. Please subscribe to BTech 360 if you've not already done that. Show us your support. Thank you so much. Namaste.